say something about like if you're not making enemies, or you know you're not making any like haters or whatever. Like he said it right. If you have no haters, you're doing it wrong. It's like something that's always stuck with me. So I always thought in my head, I've always had haters, and as much as I try and be a good person, or you know try and help them or make them see the errors of their ways, or try and change them or convert them to see, you know, my perspective, my view, I can't put it on them, because they're my haters and they hate on me for a reason.
And I think that's always been something that I've struggled to grasp over the years, because you know I've always been one of those individuals who I believe in myself so strongly, because my views aren't so solely on like what I do. You know, like I get given a task to do and I'll try and do it, and I'll just sit there and just feel bored by it, because you know I'm here, right? And I look at some people that I feel inspired by, or I'm trying to feel moved by, because you know what I mean. I look at other people, you know, and I try and see the potential that they have, you know, and sometimes I think, you know, I think my inner characteristics tells me, you know, you can't change them. They'll always be the same. And I always said this with a dark voice in my head, like it's always been something that I hear constantly. You can't change them. They'll always be the same. And I always try so hard to take on board what my darker characteristics tells me. Character, sorry. Because yeah, I hate using the word character, because it kind of sounds like I'm a fictional person in this book. But it's like, you know, Dino is there, and he's a big influence on me as a person, and he's always helped me, and he's there for me, and understands that there are people that are vultures, or they're poisonous people, or they just want to have a negative opinion or a negative view on things, and they just care about certain things, and they don't care about, like, you know, what's right in front of them. And I look at someone like JR, and I think in his videos he's like, you know, he likes world building. A location in Arkham, you know, where he's talking about how detailed it is and how dark it is, and how, like, you know, how fully explored it was back then, because, you know, it's just like these walls are talking and infecting these people, like brainwashing them, like the warden, right? The spirit of Arkham. And I always take on board what he says, and what he says just, it hits me, not as a fan, but as an artist myself, like an up-and-coming artist. Like, I will never feel like I've reached my fullest potential. And I don't ever plan to be famous. I don't ever plan to be where everyone else is, because I'm happy. Not that I settle or that I'm content. It's just I'm always looking for that next challenge, and I'm always out here on the idea that I'm here to make things better, and I'm here to challenge myself.